All right, so if you log on to Twitter right now, you'll notice that Super Nintendo Switch is trending, Switch Pro is trending, and all sorts of things. And that is because of a few reasons. To understand everything, we have to go back to March 3rd, where Bloomberg, which is a software company that reports on tech news, stocks, and all that cool stuff, put out an article saying Nintendo plans Switch model with bigger Samsung OLED display. And again, this is on March 3rd. Fast forward to current day, a lady named Emily Rogers, who is a contributor at Nintendo NWR, which is Nintendo World Report that reports on Nintendo news, was talking about Metroid to see where it would fit with the Pokemon November release. And somebody asked, is this new hardware the same as Bloomberg has been reporting on, or something entirely different? And at 9:36 p.m., Emily says, yes, Bloomberg's report was accurate. New screen, upgraded chips, aiming for September to October release. An announcement is imminent. We might be getting news sooner than we thought. After Emily tweeted this out, a Twitter user named Nibel quote tweeted it and relayed the information to a further audience, in which Central Pokemon did the same thing and saying apparently the new Switch model will be announced today. So it could be as soon as I upload this video, we got it. But going back to the Emily Rogers tweet, I said at 9:36 p.m. she said this information, which is key because at 11:35 p.m. Bloomberg put out another article. So in this article, Bloomberg says Nintendo plans upgraded Switch replacement as soon as September. And some key details is it's likely to be priced higher than the $299 original Nintendo Switch price that we saw when the Nintendo Switch first came out. And it may be announced ahead of the E3 conference in June. It'll be sold alongside the $199 Switch Lite. And assemblers will start shipping the new model as early as July. As of now, the latest Nintendo announcements have just been about a new Sonic game, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Legends Arceus. Speaking of, may and probably will be on these new Nintendo Switch consoles, which will feature a bigger screen and be 4K and all that stuff. Especially Legends Arceus is the one hinted at being this ultra 4K epic graphic experience, but there's one problem. All right, to get this epic experience with the new Switch, you have to first have $300-400, and then you have to actually be able to buy the Switch console. So when the PS4 and the Xbox sold out, Walmart and Target actually stopped selling these consoles in stores, just like they do with Pokemon cards, because people were getting hurt and harmed, employees, customers, fights, all that stuff, because of scalpers just taking all of the product. If you search Xbox PS5 scalpers on Google, you see so many articles. There are people who have had careers made just from talking about Xbox and PS5 scalping, where they'll literally sit on a live stream attempting to buy a next-gen console for like the memes, which is funny. And sad just how hard it is to get your hands on a new next-gen console. So it's already a given that bots are preparing to buy out the Switch and resell it for way higher than retail. It's just a given. And scalpers are ruining yet another thing, especially for kids. It's Nintendo. Legends Arceus, Diamond and Pearl are going to be harder to play in their intended, resolution or whatever it may be for the new Nintendo Switch. And it's just interesting to see how this will affect the community. I know when there was the Xbox and then there was like the Xbox One Pro or whatever, the Xbox One like Pro thing, I think it was called like the Xbox Scorpio or something, and same with the PS4 Pro. The Pro versions opposed to the originals had like motion blur, and they were able to be in 4K. You were able to play in like 120 FPS or 60 FPS, and like you had 1080p 60 FPS, whereas opposed to the other consoles it was 1080p 30 FPS, and all these features that you're just not going to be able to get anymore because the consoles are scalped. And that's, I feel like I 99% sure is what's going to happen with the Nintendo Switch Pro. So more FPS, higher resolution, same resolution, more FPS, more features possibly. It's just going to be non-existent because of all this scalping. Nintendo will still thrive. It just kind of highlights how awful scalping is on any community, really. Like TCG is dying because of that. I mean, TCG isn't even sold in stores anymore. We're going to see Switches not sold in stores. Switches just got back actually into stores. I've been seeing them recently, but if you are planning to get Legends Arceus, Diamond and Pearl and stuff, I would highly suggest do not pre-order the next gen versions for the Switch until you have a secured pre-order of the Nintendo Switch Pro. Hopefully the Switch is called the Super Nintendo Switch like everybody is hoping for instead of the Plus or Pro, because I agree with KZ9stat here. Super Nintendo Switch is definitely a better name than Plus or Pro or XL, Thick Switch, Nintendo Switch Up. But with that said, let me know, gamers, if you plan on somehow getting this 4K Switch. If you even could get it, would you buy it? Would you not? Do you care? Yeah, let me know all down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a dislike if you didn't, and let me know why, and I will see you on the next one soon. I love you. Peace. Bloop.